Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chris from MetaGamesGX here, and we are going to do an updated first place Branded Despia Deck Profile that I recently got at a pretty sizable locals in Buffalo, New York, the Dragon Snacks Gaming. 25 or so people there. Lots of people who have YCS tops and even a Nats top, so it's like I definitely thought it was a good list that I could show you guys because it worked against a lot of the meta. It cut through a lot of really good players. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on this. I wanted to also update you guys on thanks for 2,000 subscribers, of course. Thanks for all the support. Go check out the branded combo video down in the description if you want to see how to play branded even better. Also, I'm going to be making even more branded content, so make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy branded content in description. Also for my Twitter and my Discord. Let's get right into it. So we are doing a 43 card deck, I believe. It might be one or two cards off. This is a build that I feel very confident about that would be able to run through a tournament quite well as it did. It's similar to my OTS build, my 4th place OTS build, but it definitely have made some changes. So yeah, we got 3 Albaz, of course. Nothing really to say there. 3 Aluber. I've considered putting this to 2 a lot of times, but I don't want to do that currently. The girls, Cartesia and Quem. I have been thinking about upping these individually by 1, especially running duality right now with all the hand traps. However, this was not the build I was on. That was not the build I was on. So this is what I have for right now. I think it's the most consistent because you need the second one. I was testing with 1 a lot. You need the second one. There are games you will lose if you don't have the second one in this build. However, I think this is just fine. So yeah, let's get into the next extra branded engine. Albion, Tragedy, Mercurier. I was on 2 Albion for a minute, but just drawing 2 just sucks. 1 Maximus because we're still on the Nadir package. It's just way too free. You can get full combo just from this card most of the time and do a 1 card gimmick lock, even without the Bucephalus if you have the Albaz. And then the 2 Bestials, we have Saronir and Lubellion. They're incredible cards. Like, I used to cut them, but you can't cut them. Like, this is just incredible for getting your loss. Saronir is amazing for comboing with Cartesia or Quem. Dark Magician and Gimmick Puppet for the non-engine monsters. We trust in Gimmick Puppet. And honestly, in this kind of hand trap meta, you kind of have to run Dragoon, unfortunately, or else you have to see the thrust to talents rip, and you do a lot of the time, but when you don't, just hard making the Dragoon when you have like a Nadir is very, very commonplace and very easy to do. And it's very good for going into certain boards like Rescue Ace and other things that just like all target. So then we have the 1 Gimmick Lock, or the Gimmick Puppet. It's just amazing. It's the best going first strategy with Brand. I don't care what anyone says. It is better than any board that a branded board can make without it. Yeah, you can lose to a Bestial or Crow, but that's why you set up a Mercurier or a Dragoon. So you can avoid it, or the uninterrupted branded Lost gimmick lock. So, it's very good, and if you're not on this, you are very much missing out in branded. Unfortunately, it's a toxic card, but is the best thing you can be using with this deck, so we will use it until then. I think Dragoon. Also, I did cut Dark Magician. I just miss it. Dark Magician comes up way too much. Like, it's a break. It sucks. You lose when you draw it. You can theoretically cut it and like put in another Mirror Jade, because I'm currently on 1 Mirror Jade, because I think that's technically all you really need. However, I think that you can still just get away with running it, because most of the time hard drawing it can be pretty good, especially when you have Cartesia. Just hard make the Dragoon, and it actually gets you out of a lot of boards going second. So 3 branded opening or fusion, 3 branded opening, and then 1 lost, 1 red, 1 retribution, because just really standard. There's nothing to say about these. They're the branded. They're the 9 branded cards you all run. I don't like High Spirits. It's just too bricky sometimes. Although it's pretty good with Quem, so you can run it. 3 Nadir, it's just too much plussing. You get to also play around Ash. They Ash you, you go Nadir. You just no full combo. You go even further. Especially if you have Thrust Your Talents. It's an amazing card. You search Maximus or the Quem from the graveyard even. It's so good. And then we will go with 3 fusion deployment, obviously 3 super poly, because I think that super poly is the best board breaker in the game currently. You're able to just break any board with it. I'm not in the Guilty Gear Freed, but I think So Albaz is just way too good with this thing because you priority just use this and clear most boards. It's just really good in this deck. It's just super free. And then for the generics, Called by Foolish and Gold Sarcophagus, because they're just really good cards. And then Talents and Thrust for the package, and then a duplication. We'll get into the duality after that, but we like the Thrust package. It's the best package this deck can run because you can hard search a Branded Fusion, which is your 1-card combo in the deck, is one of them. So it's like, and also the Talents is super important because you need to rip out Nibiru's and Ash a lot of the time, so it really helps you there. Like the amount of times I ripped from hand with this deck in this tournament in particular was ludicrous. These cards are incredible and probably should be hit. And then duplication is just incredible. It lets you play through Ash with the Talents. And then the last card in the main deck is the one duality, because I like the recursion of it. It's not bad, especially when you in this hand trap meta. It's nice. I just don't want brick on it. So shout out to my boy Yuri for suggesting the one of. It's not bad. And then we are going to get into this extra quickly. One Dragon Guignol, obviously, because we like to go to Queritus or Lulu Wall Lilith. It's just the Despia engine. It's really good. You make it through Sept the Gimmick Lock with it, and this is really good against most decks, and this is just a nice thing to send off of Nadir Servant for the Cartesia. Then obviously one Mirror Jade, because I don't think you necessarily need two when it gets like banished and interrupted, but you can really just protect it and you have other plans, and most of the time you win the game once you have like 2 fusions out, so it's fine. 2 Albion and then 1 Lubellion. I think that's a fine ratio for the fusion dragons. And then 1 Titaniclad, 1 Sanctifier, 1 Renbrum for the other Albaz names. This is a super poly with this engrave, and just makes Albaz a super poly, and then also Sanctifier to set up your gimmick puppet plays, and then also it's untargetable, so it's just really broken in that regard against certain decks like Rescue Ace. Garen Chimera, Mud Dragon, Garura, Dracostapelia, and Dragoon for the generic-ish fusions. I really do like Dragoon in this format because it gets over your hand trap issue a lot of the time, and also gets over your rescue issue and just other decks that just like really can't answer this card very easily. And then Dracostapelia is very good because a lot of the time when they like bash on your Albion, you can still just make this or something, and then it's really good in the grind game too against certain decks. Garura, Mud Dragon for the super poly plays, obviously. It's also make this off of Albaz sometimes, and then Garen Chimera is not bad. It's really good for the crackback with Fall Brandon Red. And then we're going to get into the side deck quickly. 3 Nibiru for the side, or for the hand traps, 3 Droll, because these are the best hand traps in the game right now, besides the most impactful, just like pound for pound. Like I could be running Ashes, but they aren't high in impact enough. This will stop a lot of decks. Even when I go first, I can side this in, and then they play into it really easily, and they just turn skip. Like Purrely plays into this very easily when you go first. Same with Nibiru with most decks, so that's why they're there. It's just very versatile cards that come in basically every game. 2 Lava Golem, these cards are amazing. They came in up at like almost every game. Like this just nukes a Purrely board. You don't need your normal summon in this deck most of the time, so this card's just incredible. I would run 3, but I brick on 3, so yeah. I could run 3 though, but I think 2 is just fine. It's kind of like the sweet spot. 3 Cyclone, because you need something to go over anti-spell, and it's just really good against like Centurion field spell, other stuff like that. It's just turn skip against Enchained. It's really good. Also against like Tearlaments and like Purrely, Herald, and D-Barrier for the rest of the Thrust package. This turn skips Purrely and like Branded, anything that hand traps you that can lose to this, and then Herald is good for Purrely. It's also not bad against Unchained, and then Zombie World, Banshee, because we don't want to just lose to Flu. It's really good against Dragon Link, and it's also pretty good against Unchained, so, and like some other decks, so it's not bad at all. That was the updated build, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next with branded content. If you guys have any questions on how to play branded, please leave them below. I also have my Discord below where we'd love to just talk branded, chit chat about anything Yu-Gi-Oh related. And also I stream almost like every day at this point, like whether it's locals or just myself chilling. So be sure to check out the live streams. I very much would appreciate it. those are starting to pop off. So thank you very much for watching. See you guys later.